Here we go. Okay, let's get started. So make sure you've got some space behind you. I'm just going to adjust that slightly. Okay, so we're going to start standing up. I have no head. There we go, just so you know I've got a head. Okay, so just line your feet up with the front of your mat, nice and grounded through the feet. Lift the chest, lift the head. Deep breath in. We're going to stretch up into an extended mountain pose. We're going to go for a little back bend, so squeeze the glutes and push your hips forward. Then we're going to swoop the arms round, link them behind your back. Squeeze the back and the shoulder blades together to really open up the chest. Get a deep breath in. Then we're going to exhale, lift your arms back up, slight bend in the knees, come to a forward fold. Breathe down the length of your legs. Take your hands to the floor, so if you can do that with straight legs, do it. If you need to bend your knees, that's fine. Step back right and left leg. Hold your plank. Then we're just going to come forward with the right foot to your right hand. Have I gone completely now? And then rotate your right arm up to the ceiling. Might have to tilt that down a little bit. There we go. That's it. So hold it. Leg from the back heel away. Sink low. Make sure your knee isn't going over the toe. Good. Then we're going to rotate your hand back to the floor. Step your foot out back into plank. Tilt your weight forward over your palms. Squeeze the elbows in. Drop the chest. Hips come down last. And then push up. Good. Deep breath in. Exhale. Tuck the toes under. Push your hips up and your heels down. Pull those shoulder blades back and down. Imagine you're trying to tuck them in your back pocket. Then we're going to lunge the right leg forward. Again. And then we're going to bring the left leg in. And roll it up. Nice deep breath as you roll it up. Stack the vertebrae one at a time. Imagine you want to keep space between them. It's going to keep lengthening your spine. And then we're going to go through that again. So deep breath in. Stretch it up. Add a back bend in. Really push the hips forward and squeeze your glutes. Sweep the arms round behind you, link them behind your back. Pull them down, yeah? That's it, open up through the chest. Good, and exhale, bring the arms back up. Slight bend in the knees, forward fold. Stepping back, left then right. Hold that plank for a little bit longer this time. So hands under your shoulders, hips, shoulders in line with the hips. Weight is forward over your palms. This time we're going to lunge the left leg forward and we're going to rotate the left arm up. So stack your shoulder blades one on top of the other. Open up through the chest and look at that top hand. Then carry on the next exhale. Bring your hand back to the floor. Step it back out into your plank. Tip your weight forward. Squeeze the elbows in. Lower yourself down to the mat. Chest comes down first. Release the toes, then push up. That's it. You can keep a bend in the elbow if it's too much for your lower back. Okay, deep breath in, tuck the toes under, push your hips up, heels down. And then we're lunging that left leg forward again. Stepping in with the right and then roll it back up to standing. Good, exhale at the top. Then we're going to deep breath in. Extended mountain pose, add the back bend in. Increase that stretch by clasping your hands back behind you. Squeeze the back of the shoulder blades together. Good, and bring them back to the... That's it, bend your knees, forward fold. Then we're going to step it out into a plank with the right and the left. Hold your plank. Nice strong core here, neutral spine. Yeah, then step that right foot in. If you need to, you can take hold of that leg and physically pull it. If you can't, step your foot right into your hand. That's the way of doing it. Rotate that right hand up towards the ceiling. Good, bring it down. Step it out. This time, if you want to, you can keep the thighs off the floor. Work on the strength through your upper body. That's it, nice deep breath in. Exhale, tuck the toes under, push the hips up and heels down. Pulling your shoulder blades back and down. Okay, lunge that right leg. Take your weight over your palms. Step the left one underneath it, and then we're going to roll it up. Okay, let's go again on the left. So deep breath in, extend up, squeeze your glutes, push your hips forward, take it behind. And deep breath in, lift back up towards the ceiling, slight bend in the knees, forward fold. Step back left and right. Good, hold that plank. Nice strong core. Hips zone in line with the shoulders. Good, okay. Left leg lunges forward. You can use your hands to place it there if you want to. Rotate your right arm up towards, your left arm, sorry, up towards the ceiling. Step the shoulders, open up the chest. Good, as you exhale, bring that hand back down to the floor. Step it out into your plank. Coming forward with our weight over the palms. Squeeze the elbows in, drop the chest. Option is to keep the thighs off the floor. You want to work on that upper body strength. Good, nice deep breath in. Exhale, tuck the toes under, push your hips up and your heels down. Good, take your weight forward. And from here, we're going to drop to the knees, release the toes, and just sit back on our heels. Hold it here. With 3 nice deep breaths. Breathe right into the back of the rib cage. Fill your lungs. Okay, I might need to move my screen slightly. We're going to stay on the floor for a little bit longer now. So walk your knees apart. We're trying to keep the ankles in line with the knees. We're just going to come down. Now don't worry if you can't have your thighs parallel on the floor, I can't do it either. So hands just out in front of us, slightly above the shoulders, and we're just going to rock back and forwards on the palms of the hands. You should feel a really deep stretch on the inside of your thighs. If you don't feel it, you might need to separate your knees out a little bit further. So push it back, push it forwards. Mine feel really tight today. But just take your time, keep your ankles in line with the knee, toes are facing away from you. If it's uncomfortable, just bring your knees in a little bit closer. Or if you want, you could put a towel or something so you're slightly more comfortable. Okay, so coming as low as you can, walk your hands forward. And then we're going to bring our right arms through the left, place your head on the floor, and push your weight back towards your heels. You're still getting that really intense stretch on the inside of your thighs. We're going for a little bit of a shoulder stretch as well. Give some deep breaths. Good. And bring that right hand up and go through the right with your left. Place your head on the floor. Keep pushing your hips back. Good, okay, push yourself back up. You can bring your knees together and then swing your legs round and sit down and cross your legs. Good, okay, just take the soles of your feet together and just flap your knees up and down in the lovely butterfly. That's it, just shake them off. Okay, back to cross legs, or you can do a half lotus if it's more comfortable. Take a nice deep breath in and then exhale, we're going to fold your arms through the middle. Make sure your sit bones stay in contact with the mat and you don't start to lift off. And just pull your chest down towards the floor, keeping forward with those fingers. You feel your hips start to open. Okay, bring it up. We're going to lay down our backs down. Walk the heels in towards your bum, arms just down by your side. Take your right foot over your left knee, and then with that right hand, just push the knee away. That feels okay. Reach in through the gap, pick up your lower leg, pull it towards you. So we want to feel that stretch on this right hip. You might feel it across your glute as well, the further you pull your knee in. Good, okay, release that leg back down, uncross. You're going to take the left foot over the right knee. Use that left hand to push the knee away. Take some deep breaths, relax your shoulders into the mat. Good, if that feels okay, reach through the gap, pull the right leg towards you. The further you pull it in, the more you'll take it into the glutes. Good, okay, release it back down, uncross your leg. We're going to take a 90-90 stretch, so arms out to the side. We're just going to rock on our heels, separate the feet out to about hip width apart. We're just going to bring both knees over to one side and then rotate round to the other side. So that you're rotating on the heel of the foot and the heel stays in contact with the floor. That's it, and just sweep them from side to side. So push your spine into the mat. Okay, bring your knees to the middle, walk your heels back up towards your bum. Take your hands on your hips. We're going to do a few pelvic tilts just to set good posture. So deep breath in, scoop the hips up, scoop the belly button in, and exhale and tip it out. Scoop them up and squeeze, exhale and release. So we're just going to an anterior to a posterior tilt. And then we're going to set our hips somewhere in the middle, so where they're neutral and they're flat. Keep pushing your spine into the mat, and we're going to take our legs up in a tabletop position. So knees are bent to 90 above the hips, legs out, arms down by your side, and then we're just going to drop the knees from one side, slowly roll them over to the other. Make sure both shoulders stay in contact with the mat, and your knees don't come too far in towards your chest. That just switches off your core. It's not doing anything anymore. We're going to go 2 more to each side, and then we're going to add a little something extra on the end. That's it, last one to each side. Try and keep this tempo nice and slow, nice and controlled. Again, the next time we're going to take it over to the right, and then we're going to extend our legs out long. Little pause. Bring them back in, through to the middle, to the left, and go again. Try to make sure that both shoulders stay in contact with the mat and you're not lifting. Good, that's it. Don't rush it. Keep it controlled. Try and have a little pause when your legs are fully extended. Bring them back in, and then take them to the other side. If that's okay, you can keep the legs straight as you rock from side to side, but only if you don't get any pain in the lower back. Keep trying to push your spine into the mat and make sure shoulders stay in contact. Good, again, don't rush it, nice and slow. We're going to do 1 more to each side. Just really working the obliques as well as your abdominals. Good. On your last one, take it back through to the center. Bend the knees and just hug them into your chest. Massage your back into the mat. How was that? That one's quite tough, but you can regress it to the option you did before if you need to. Good. Okay, take your arms back out to the side. We're just going to drop the knees from side to side again. That's it, just to loosen up your spine this time. Okay, back to the center. Lengthen your right leg away from you. Ooh. Make sure you're not kicking anything. Hug the left knee in. That's it, point your toe away from you to get the stretch down the front of the hip on the right leg. Pull your left leg across to the right. Hold it there for that lovely glute stretch, or if you want more, take the leg out long. If you can, reach for the foot and pull it across. Try and keep your hips square. Try and push both shoulders into the mat, the back of the hips in contact with the mat. Either my legs have got longer or my arms have got shorter because I can't seem to reach my foot anymore. But never mind, it doesn't matter. You can just bend. Push the knee down. Good, okay, release. Bring the right leg in, right knee in, hug it in towards your chest. Lengthen the left leg away, point the toes away from your body. Good, now take that right knee across to the left. You can use your right arm on the mat to ground you. And then if you want more, extend that leg away. Can't seem to reach it anymore. Good, enjoy that stretch down the glute. Good, okay, bring it in. Roll onto your side. So I'm going to go on my right hand side, but it doesn't matter, we're going to do both. You can rest your head in your hands, or you can outstretch the lower arm and just use it as a bit of a pillow, whichever is more comfortable for you. Top arm can stay on the floor to prevent you rolling forwards, or just on your hip. Either way is fine. And bend the lower knee. Again, that will prevent you from rolling forwards onto your front. So top leg comes out straight. We're just going to point the toe up towards the ceiling as we lift that top leg, and then rotate down to the floor when you take it back down. That's it. So we're getting that rotation through the hip. We're warming it up. Good. Again, we're going to go super slow, super controlled. No need to rush. Okay, we're going to do 2 more like this. Then we're going to add some more. Okay, bring it up to the top. Bend your knee in towards your chest. Kick it out and then take it down. So we're just adding on a knee bend at the top before we take it back down. Good, 2 more like this. Again, without touching the floor, bring it back to the top. And I just want you to take it halfway down and then back to the top. Halfway down, back to the top. Flex your foot to keep tension in the glutes. That's it, we're just working that top range, that top half. Good, 2 more. And then take it all the way to the bottom, but without touching the floor. Then we're taking it halfway up, down. So we're working the bottom range now, that lower shelf. Again, don't rush it, don't go too fast. We want 12 of these, just like we did with the top shelf. That's it, 4 more. Good, last 2. And then we're going to hold it in the middle and just do some little pulses, 16 little pulses. That's it, so just a tiny, tiny movement, tiny bit above, an inch above the middle, an inch below the middle. That's it, keep that foot flexed, pulse it, hold on. That's it, couple more. Good, well done, hug the knee into your chest. That's it, stretch out that glute any way you want to, whatever feels good. I'm going to pull it across, I like that one. Good, okay, now roll on onto your other side. So we go onto the left side now. Keep an eye on my cat, make sure I don't kick him. He's having a great time. Sleeping through the whole class. Okay, so get yourself comfortable. Bottom knee bends to 90. Then we're just going to take it up and down, just like we did on the other side. So start nice and easy to build the tension and to warm up through the hip. That's it, so point the foot down as you come down, point it up towards the ceiling as you come up. Okay, one more like this. And then we're adding the knee to chest. 8 of those. In, out, back down. First we go up, then we come in, then we come out, then we come back down. You can talk yourself through it if you keep forgetting. It's a bit coordinated, this one. Sit 4 more like this. Sit 2 more. Try not to rush through them. And of course, we don't want to let that top leg rest on the floor at any point. Okay, take it back to the top. We're going to do the top pass. So to the middle, to the top, to the middle, to the top, 12 of those. That's it, flex the foot, keep tension. Let it build in the glutes. Good, I make it 3 more. Good, and 1, and then we're taking it all the way to the bottom, halfway to the top, working that bottom range. Good, 3, 4, 5, 6, that's it, you're halfway. 6 more in that bottom range. Good, 2 more. And then the middle pulses, 16 of those. That's it, keep going. Squeeze those glutes. Hold on to that tension. Keep pulsing. Good, and release. Roll onto your back, stretch out that glute, hug it into your chest, pull it across, or do whatever feels good. Okay, we're going to roll onto our front now. So hands under the shoulders, knees under the hips, cat to cow. So deep breath in, scoop up your belly button, round your back. And exhale. He is not bothered that we are doing an exercise named after him. Not interested. That's probably a good thing. He'd get in the way. Yeah, okay. So step out one leg and then the other, so you're in your plank. I'm going to bring up the right knee, take the foot out, keep the knee in line with the hip, and lift your chest. If that feels okay, you can come down onto your forearms. Keep your weight in the center in your hips level. Yeah, good stretch in the glute. Okay, roll onto your right hand side. Bring your left knee up into a 90 degrees and your front knee up into 90 degrees. Hands either side. We're going to take our weight over the front hip And pull the chest down towards that front knee. Now you can stay up here, or you can come down, whichever feels better, but you should still feel the stretch in the front hip and glute. Good, and roll it up. Swing your legs round. We're going to come back up into our plank, and then we're going to bring the left leg up. So left knee comes up, take the foot out, keeping the knee in line with the hip. Release the back toe, the back knee is on the floor. That's it, lift the chest, open the shoulders. And then you can come down on your forearms. Okay, roll your weight over to the left. Bring the back knee up to a 90-degree angle. Take that front foot out, so you're 90-90 in both knees. Weight comes forward over the front knee, over that front hip. And just hold it there. Good, push yourself up, swing your legs round in front of you. Sit bones in contact with the mat. So if you're like me, you might have to wiggle your bum cheeks out of the way a little bit. Sitting up nice and straight, lengthen up through the spine, head and chest up. Pull your shoulders back and down. We're just going to point our toes back towards us and then flex them away. So, you know, like if you ever did ballet as a kid, when they're like good toes, naughty toes, we're just going to do that. I can't remember which is which though, so obviously I wasn't a very good ballerina. Good, and then just leave them neutral. Deep breath in, stretch your arms up towards the ceiling, biceps up by your ear. And then we're going to extend forward. So we're going to tilt from the hips, we're going to keep lengthening the spine and keep reaching forward. So we're not going for the toes, we're going further. But without compromising your back and rounding it and letting the shoulders collapse. We're going to keep them back and down and keep the chest lifted. Keep that length through your spine. If you have any problems keeping the legs straight, come up a little bit. We want to push the back of the legs into the mat, or you can use a towel or a band around your feet and use it to hook. So enable you to sort of climb yourself a little bit further forwards. That's it. So get that lovely stretch all down your posterior chain, so down the back of the legs and your lower back. So hold it there. Okay, drop the elbows to the floor and turn the palms up towards the ceiling. Pull your chest down towards your thighs. Good, okay, roll it up. Cross your right foot over your left knee. Take the left elbow to the outside and rotate round. Pull your shoulders around with you, keep the chest lifted. Move to a nice final twist. Good, and release. We're going to come around to the other side. Good, okay, release back to the centre. Sit comfortably, so either cross-legged or in a half lotus. And we're going to take one hand out to the side. So I'm going to go with the left. Right arm comes up and over. If you can, maintain your sit bones in contact with the mat and bring the elbow to the floor, please do. If you find that that makes you lift off and roll down, then just keep a slight bend in the elbow. Just keep the palm. That's it. So we're going to get a lovely stretch all down the side. Stretch up those obliques which we worked. Good, and come up and over to the other side. Again, sit bones staying in contact with the mat. We don't want them to lift. Good, roll up on your next inhale. Take your arms out in front of you. We're going to cross them over, around about the elbow. Turn your palms to face each other. Link your hands together and take your chin to your chest. Feel the back of your shoulder blades opening. This time you can allow your back to round, so you can get a nice C curve in that spine. Okay, lift and open, so spread the palms out, turn them up to face the ceiling, lift the chest. That's a nice deep breath in, and exhale, link them behind your back, pull them down. Squeeze the shoulder blades together, bring them up, back and down. Open up your chest. Just shake it out and release. We're just going to go for a few head rolls. So tilt your head to one side, roll it right through to the middle, over to the other side. You guys can't see it, but I have a fan over there that is really doing my head in with my hair. But it's needed with this weather. Who needs an air-conditioned studio, eh? Not us. Yeah, then when you're ready, just let your eyes drop into your lap. Take a nice big deep breath in. And as you exhale, lift the head. And you're all done. Well done. I just want to